Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome on in if you're new here. Happy to have you. My name is Magic Bun Bun and I am a tarot and oracle reader here to provide you guidance and clarity. Okay, so what we have here today, as you can tell by the thumbnail or the title of this video, this is your pick a pile or pick a card for the new moon in Aries. What are we manifesting for this new moon in Aries? What guidance do you need from your divine spiritual team, from the universe, from some of you from your ancestors? What do you need to know right now or in preparation for that new moon, energy we have coming up? So this time for this video, I already have the decks plus tarot and oracle already chosen. The oracles are pretty much very similar, if not exact, for the amount of cards and what cards are being used, but we have 3 different tarot decks. Maybe if you want to go by that as your selection. If you're new here and you're not sure how these style of videos work, let me explain super quickly. So you can pick pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, or any combination. If you feel like you're drawn to 1 pile or 2 piles or even all 3 and you'd like to sit and watch the whole thing, totally cool. If you've already made your selection, or you need to pause this video so that you can take a few deep breaths and really bring it in and decide where you want to go for your reading, which pile you're really connecting to, then take a pause, and then when you made your selection, go to the the description box below, right below in the box here, and you'll see pile 1 and a timestamp, or pile 2 and pile 3, and whichever pile you're picking, click on that timestamp and it will fast forward you to your reading. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate any likes, shares, or subscribing to the channel. It really helps me to know that you like these styles, or you know, drop a comment, let me know you are here. And if you're feeling up to it, you could check out my Ko-fi for more offerings or for private readings. I will be having, it should be open by the time this video is posted, and more information will be in the description box. We are doing a group service, a group ritual service for that new moon in Aries, okay, which means I will be providing a candle magic ceremony and ritual to do some banishing and also manifestation energy that we harness from that new moon. All right, and it comes along also with a group tarot reading for only those who are participating. So more information about that will be posted in the link or in the description below. There will be a link to take you to the shop page if it's there, and I will do a separate video for more information about that in the future. Okay, other than that, happy to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your reading. I will see you in just a few moments. Hello, pile 1, welcome on in. And like normal, we still will be starting with the tarot to kind of get us started and get some foundation work, and then we'll move on to oracles right afterwards. Okay, so here we're starting with your tarot reading. We have the Knight of Pentacles, some Virgo energy coming into there, the 10 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So we have money on the mind, but things have become very much okay. So I see already an issue with delegation, right? You're trying to take on a lot of these tasks on your own. So when you're trying to manifest your ideas for this new moon energy, there's a lot of energy here about you you're very disciplined and very have a strong determination, but it's because you're taking it all on your own, and that's going to become very burdensome for a lot of you. You're on a path of victory. This is about having victory, and again, we have a repeat message, especially between that King and the Chariot. Both speak of victory and having willpower and determination under control to guide you along your path. But we see the challenging moment is delegation and asking others for help, or being able to also, if you have the financial means, sometimes it's easier and better just to pay someone else to take care of things. This is also about saying money's really on the mind, but what are we also forgetting in terms of taking care of your life, keeping you hydrated, keeping your body in check, making sure your home is not being neglected, that this is going to be a lot on you to try to manifest it all at once. We really need to narrow it down. We need to be able to also think of the bigger picture. This King of Pentacles brings us some Taurus energy, and I will also bring in the Chariot, brings some Cancer energy into play here as well. The nurturer, okay? Someone who's able to take care of their home, take care of themselves, and take care of of those around them. That's a lot. That's a lot that you have to do to also feel very victorious. And if you've been feeling like you've been set off the path for a while now with this new moon energy, this new moon in Aries, this is about to boost you and take you on the next direction or in your next phase of your life, like getting you back on the path to success, okay? But that success comes at a price with making sure that you are able to take care of yourself. And also, if you need a mentor, this is about asking for help and not trying to do it all on your own with that Knight of Pentacles. Something else I would like to point out, especially with a lot of some of this water energy, this earth energy, and how the Ten of Wands is in reverse, is that you're expecting something to take a hold quickly. But this is leading to, again, that phase of burnout. This is leading towards wanting to manifest something into your life that maybe you're just not ready for. Like maybe you're not ready for financially to take on those burdens that, you know, you want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row when that abundance does happen. For some of you, that's because just like you have to learn to let things go. Also about perfectionism. A lot of times we see Virgo energy come on, or the Knight of Pentacles. It's because they are very dedicated to their task. That with this new moon, we need to understand we need to let a few things go in order to better suit your needs, in order to see the bigger picture and things. Like you're okay with the day-to-day task, but how many more times can you do this day-to-day task before it just becomes boredom, okay? In order to reach this luxury, this prosperity, this abundance from this King of Pentacles. This is also being authentic and true to your own voice, not listening to the collective. This is about building your own kingdom. This Chariot, as we see here, actually you can see both, which is very interesting. So the King of Pentacles has built this empire and has created a space for themselves that they can lounge and relax and enjoy what they have created, about the abundance of the work that they've put in. This is also about enjoying it, not work. Bring some joy, okay, into your life. And you see the Chariot is leaving this city that was created and built, but this is more about leaving the minds of the collective. This is about creating your own path to success. So you'll be manifesting for this new moon energy, this new moon happening on April 1st. For me, at least, it's April 1st. You'll be creating a path that is uniquely your own. It's not going to look like anybody else's, but it is your dedicated path to that of success. All right, let me move everybody over. And let's find out what you need to surrender. First one is surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve your goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. And this is also could be with us needing to delegate things. You're trying to control things so much, you need to be able to give it up to spirit. There's only so much you can do. Right, you were in reverse. Just pop you there. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Again, we see that with releasing those wands. For some of you, that is releasing that low self-esteem and making sure that you feel victorious. What makes you feel victorious may not look like that to others. Or it may not, like other people who might think of success one way, you think of success another way. And that's okay. To you, as long as you feel successful, let it be true. And then one more, surrender to rest and sleep. This is that whole burnout energy I was talking about. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so this is your energy, this is your body, and we need to bring your mind into this. Sending intentions, right? Setting intentions to surrender this low self-esteem, to take things a little bit more slowly. Like I said, a lot of you are expecting this big burst, this big manifestation, this huge fire burning. In reality, we can't. With the Pentacles, it's actually nicer because we don't want this burnout to happen. With Pentacles at least being present, especially 2 court cards right here, which also can represent for some of you that you may not be seeing eye to eye to someone in the situation. Someone might be acting prematurely in a lot of things, which is like, you know, causing stress in a situation. Keep that in mind with these 2 court cards being present. But some of you, we need to also just readjust your sleeping patterns. This is readjusting so you don't lead to burnout, because then you won't be successful. You won't be on a road to success if you're not dealing and being more aware of your burnout activities. Okay, pile number 1. So these are your surrender cards. Now let's bring in some more guidance. We're going to use these beautiful moon cards for more guidance. We have expansion, seeing how further you can go once you kind of get everything in order. This is why I'm saying, like, the king can further see other paths to victory, that Chariot bringing into there, dreaming bigger, being open to that abundance. Some of you feel like you're not ready for it or you're not prepared, so mentally you're getting prepared for it and accepting that and expanding your mind. Then we have rejuvenate. We have it in the shadow form. We have rejuvenate. And this is kind of mimicking, again, actually right to that 10 of Wands feeling. It's a great challenge. You guys are very, very hard working, pile number 1. You're so hard working. You're so dedicated. Make sure you take some time under this new moon to really relax. And it doesn't have to be the night of the full moon. It could be nights leading up to the full moon, or not the full, I'm sorry, the new moon, leading up to the new moon. You can also be using the night of the new moon to kind of like getting everything back in order, kind of as from the new moon phase to the full moon phase. I'm sorry, that's where my words were jumping before my mind was going faster than what I was speaking. So meaning to say, when you have the new moon process, you're going to move along with the phases from the new moon to the full moon, right? That you're going to take time for yourself to rejuvenate yourself. And we have the nurturer. Okay, we have Cancer. This is the moon for Cancer. If my camera likes to play these games, sometimes it likes to focus. There we go. And you can see all the lovely dog hairs. Don't mind that though. But we have the nurture in reverse. We have double Cancer energy. Double Cancer. Some of you need to go through a spiritual cleanse. Some of you need to cleanse your space. You need to be more nurturing to yourself, more kind to yourself. I get a lot of feelings, especially with seeing a lot of these cards here, as you feel like you're not doing enough. You feel as if you're not working actually hard enough, that you're not taking on enough responsibilities. You don't feel like you have authority. You don't feel like you have power or control. This is what we need to cut out. This is what you'll be releasing for this new moon, and you're going to want to grow higher self-esteem. You're going to want to grow your spiritual space, especially the space to nurture yourself. You want to grow, not just like to neglect your shadow side. Nothing like that. Like, don't use false positivity and ignore things that are really bothering you. You can take them on, but you need to become aware of it. This will be writing it down. This is like, you know, for some of you that are not sleeping very well, why are you not sleeping well? You need to find that information out, but you need to be kind with your process and realize you are working very, very hard. It's pretty evident from these cards. You're working a bit too much and you're taking on a lot of responsibilities, and you need to be able to delegate that to others, or to drop it and give it to spirit and find something else that is more passionate to your need, or simply replace that with some more rest and sleep. Okay, more guidance. We have puppet show stage. Acts can't go on forever. Manipulation, falseness, and control. Literally, we were just talking about this, especially as well if you're feeling like you're being manipulated or used by someone, with these court cards being present. You know, you're trying to free yourself and go on your own path, that you don't set someone else's standards aren't the same as yours, or you feel like they have higher standards than what you can meet to them, and you're trying to fake it till you make it. This is not about that. Like, the act can't go on forever, and also that control can't go on forever. This is about setting yourself free and setting onto your own path. Halfway point, meet in the middle, compromise, common ground, and reconciliation. And this is what I was just talking about, actually, about how these two sides, like a Virgo, maybe a Taurus energy, earth signs, you know, maybe not seeing eye to eye. They're not saying, like, you could be hearing voices or hearing someone close to you that's trying to tell you, like, oh, you're not working hard enough, and they're bringing a lot of that self-doubt. This is about, like, letting that go. And this could even, like I said, be attitudes that you hold within yourself. You need to be able to have a halfway point, meeting in the middle with yourself, meeting in the middle of trying to bring in more sleep and rest and balance to your hard-working life, and to your home, making sure that that it's comfortable, it's nurturing, and it is built for success. Haunted staircase. Don't let what ifs haunt you. Regrets, unsaid words, and missed opportunities. Wow, that is very, very strong here. And I guess I get the feeling that a lot of you feel like if you don't work so hard, like climbing up these stairs, you're going to have missed opportunities, which isn't true. You can't let what ifs really like distract you or guide you or misstep you because you're like trying to gather all the opportunities. This is more about finding things that are meant just for you and like bringing that compromise, doing things that are fun and surrendering things to spirit, finding that rest but working hard, kind of like work hard, play hard, you know, making sure you're taking that time for yourself, especially for this new moon. All right, so I brought this card into here. This is going to be a message from a fairy, okay? So we're going to find out what the fairies have to say for you. Lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So some of you might literally be finding something. A thought came to mind because the chariot represents a car. I'm like, have you guys lost a car? Did someone lose a car? Did you lose a mode of transportation? And now you're going to be finding a new mode of transportation. Some of you might be finding yourselves. You might be finding out more about your work habits. You might be learning more about your finances. Some of you might be finding money that you have lost. And I say some of you because this is still a general reading, so keep that in mind. So some things may resonate with you and some things won't, and that's because it's meant for somebody else. So take that as you will. But yeah, we have the message from the lost and found fairy, which is very interesting. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom out let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, and then we have a message from the universe, words that you needed to hear for this new moon energy. Walk your own journey. It is essential to stay on your own path. This is about your path, not meeting the expectations of others. Pile number 1. If you take anything else from this reading, let it be this one. This is about creating your own path to your own version of success. Some of you might be finding your path to success between this and the message from the fairy here, okay? And like always, we really like to bring in some elements of self-care. These elements of self-care can be for you to do on the night of the new moon, just inspiration. You know, you can do the nights before, the night after the full moon, or new moon. I'm sorry, I keep saying full moon. The new moon. So keep that in mind. This is just inspiration. You can choose to do both or none, whatever you feel called to do. Journaling and cleaning your space. This is spot on about that Cancer energy, about cleaning and cleansing your space, getting rid of that stagnant energy and manifesting that energy that kind of invigorates you, you know, that energy that kind of gets you going after a good night's sleep, you know, making sure when you go to sleep, your space is nice and clean and decluttered. Some of you really need to do that. And then journaling, writing down your dreams, your hopes, and what you want to get out of this new moon be really good for you. Because some of you, especially with this earth energy vibe, you need to be able to write it out and see your success. You need to be able to see and articulate it, what it means to you to be successful as well. All right, thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. We're going to end with your affirmation, and I'm holding it like this because I'm going to try to hold it as clearly as I can in my camera if it chooses to cooperate. With this particular, this deck here, on the front or the back, and I know a lot of people who are on my stream or in my Discord know what's going to happen with this one. There is actually, let me grab so you guys can know what I'm talking about. It's a little game you can play with this particular affirmation deck. There's a gremlin that will look like this, except it's be graded out, and it can be like halfway covered. It's like peeking through, or you can see the full body. It can be in the front or back of this card. And so a lot of people like to play the game of where is the gremlin and see if you can find it. So if you can see the gremlin, if you found the gremlin in this pile, make sure you say pile number 1, and if you found it or if you didn't find it. So let's hope my camera will work with us. Otherwise, if you like this sort of stuff, please join the Discord, and I post a lot of these, especially during Twitch streams. If someone gets this as for a pick for their affirmation, I will post in the Discord so people can try to find the gremlin, okay? All right. I think we're good. So this is your affirmation, pile number 1. The best experiences of my past shall be the worst of my future. Wow. And the back, Again, pause also if you want to try to find the gremlin. You can pause in order to try to zoom in, zoom out, depending on what you're watching from. You are heating up. You are flaming hot. You are the 360 slam dunking on all resistance gremlins that stand in your way. Your focus is escalating. Your mind is a factory of awareness. Each night you rest as stronger, smarter, happier, and more meaningful person than you were at any other time in your life. May the best moments of your past be the worst of your future. Boom. That is wonderful to see all that fire and energy. For this new moon in Aries, take that, take that power, take that authority, take that on your own journey to success. Pile number 1, thank you so much for being here. I hope this reading was useful. Tell me what you thought of this style. This is a kind of a newish style I've done here, kind of like combined from different videos and did a style like this. Let me know what you thought of this reading, if you resonated with it. If you didn't, please just drop a comment. Any other information, all the other things like the new moon ritual will be posted in the description box below. Other than that, thank you again for being here. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading for the new moon in Aries happening April 1st. At least where I'm at, it'll be happening April 1st. Okay, so let us find out more what you need to know, and we're going to be starting with tarot and then moving on to oracle. And one thing I would like to say is that this still is a general reading, so some things may resonate with you and some things won't. You'll just have to trust your intuition when it comes to that, and that just means that that message is meant for somebody else to hear. Okay, so just keep that in mind while we go through your reading. All right, so we're going with the shadow card, or the crown that's kind of pushing all the other cards in the tarot portion of this reading. And we have the Dawn of Swords. This is what it looks like upright. So the Dawn of Swords, which in other ways would have been known as like the Page of Swords, this is kind of acting childish. There could be things that you are neglecting, that you're trying to procrastinate, your form of communication. This can also be relating to energy around you. Someone is acting childish around you. We have a lot of court cards present within this reading, so there could be a lot of people involved in this new moon energy coming up, some type of situation that you needed to seek resolution for, or needs to change. You need to transform that energy, just like the moon will be transforming from a new to a full moon. So this could be going through the whole moon phase. This Dawn of Swords is also just trying to be not to take overall risks just for the sake of it, but it's more of like starting a new project, not being scared to not be perfect, that you're not going to end up like we have the King of Swords actually present here. We've got the Queen of Wands, 9 of Rings, which is the same of like the 9 of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Swords present here. So this could be conflict, or people that are not seeing success in the same way, or independence in the same way. They might be codependent on each other, especially this like the challenge between these two people. That Wands energy brings us actually some Aries energy, and this brings us some Aquarius energy, how I read the tarot. So, and the page would be all air, so that'd be Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy present in all of this. So they are the keeper of air themselves. They have yet to make a decision yet, and like what sign they're going to fall into. So that's why I don't. This is not about the zodiac. This is just about the element of air being present, of thoughts, of mind, of communication. This Queen of Wands in reverse kind of tells us, which actually I'll hold this so you can see these are beautiful cards, if my camera would like to. There we go. Queen of Wands, someone who's boosting confidence, who takes the initiative, who knows how to be an independent thinker and a leader, someone who's influential. We have it in the reverse because there is a lack of confidence. This is what I'm saying, like there's kind of like this childlike vibe. There's this childish reasoning behind things for this. So this new moon in Aries could be more about you being more independent. For some of you, you're going to have to take independence into your own hand. You're going to have to see financial success on your own. This is a great challenge because you're measuring your success via how much like money you can bring in, when there's other forms of prosperity out there. You have to find your self-confidence. You have to bring in what else, and see other skills that you're really good at, see something else, another side of you, like not to be so narrow-minded. We have also that King of Swords energy. I'm trying to, oh, you know what? I didn't hold this one up right. This is still beautiful. As well, if my camera would like to work today, please do. Well, for some reason, it does not like the Nine of Wands. Probably because it's, or the Nine of Pentacles. I meant rings. Pentacles, rings, it's the same thing for this. And we have the King of Swords, at least. These ones were coming into focus just a second ago. But of course, now that I need them to come into focus, it's going to play that game. There we go. This is about trusting your voice. This is about not letting people push you around. This is also about the thoughts that go into your head and being more mature about those thoughts. Really defining what success means to you. For someone who, like, in order to manifest for this new moon, you need to know what you need to manifest. And it's about your wording. It's about the way you communicate with it that hasn't been working. This is more about, you know, you don't want to say, like, I need to make money, because you're not actually in the process of, you don't make money by, like, physically creating it. That's not your job, from what I understand. For the people watching this, is probably more likely not your job. It's more about the money is out there, and you need to actually use your wording and say, like, I need that, I need to find clients, or I need clients to book with me, or purchase my services, or purchase my products. Like, what can you define more about how you would go about producing more abundance? For some of you, though, this is not just physical abundance. This is about dealing with your emotional or your abundance, and like finding, like where I am right now, finding the right words. Abundance or prosperity is more than just about money. It's about bringing in love, peace, harmony, self-love, not just love with another person, you know, even though this might be what we're having an issue with, if these are relating to some people who are feeling like a partner, not seeing eye to eye and what it means to be successful, or seeing that one person is saying, like, the only way to be successful is with money, like that's the only way to produce it, when there's more to that, that is more value as a person, your thoughts, your creation, your passions, the way you view the world is ways to bring value. The way you make other people feel is a way you bring value. If you're uplifting, you know, you're caring, you're nurturing, you know, you take care of what you can take care of while you take care of yourself. Those are great, fantastic skills, life skills to have. It's not all about the money, and this will be the greatest challenges for you. Think of this new moon as a way to manifest a different area of your life, a different area you've been neglecting. Maybe for some of you that is self-confidence and finding your voice, finding your communication style. It's not about just saying, hey, it's about the money. Like, try, and it might be challenging, because I do understand that sometimes, I would say actually for most of us, having more money would ease your stress in a lot of scenarios. You know, that's why, like, it's harder to say, and harder to do when you're trying to say, like, don't think of the money, but think of something else that you could be really passionate about and you want to manifest that. But this is just about seeing things and having a different set of thoughts, and this is what the King of Swords really brings in, is trying to get you from this childish perspective, or this childlike energy, where it's like you can be curious about things, but you need to take charge and have authority in your own voice. You need to find something that no one can really push you around or make you lose confidence in yourself either. All right, so let's bring in some oracle cards. Let us find out what it is you need to surrender for this new moon in Aries. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. And that ties in beautifully to that Queen of Wands energy. Surrendering to your full power, no longer playing it small, thinking of the bigger picture. You are more than what this Nine of Rings can bring into, in a view of prosperity or in a view of a partnership. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It is time for a relationship to shift. If it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing, or their own healing too. Keep that in mind, because if you've been trying to deal with someone who's acting childish, if you're trying to deal with someone and trying to see from your point of view, that might be causing a lot of stress. And you can't be held accountable for how that they feel, because that's just how they're going to act. You can only do so much before you need to focus on your own power. And again, your own voice. What makes you feel powerful? Surrender your attachment to your results. The formula for success is to do all you can do to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And this is also about like the law of attraction or putting out good vibrations. You know, if you heard of those type of things, it's about the vibrations you put out into the world and kind of letting the spirit take care of it, allowing the universe to be there for you and show you that support, that you can't control every little thing. And also how you can't control how you want someone to act to your situation, how badly you want them to think the way that you do. That this could be what's damaging your relationship, and a relationship that either needs to shift or come to an end. Okay, so we're going to bring in these moon cards here. Hold it delicately. So first up, awareness. We have awareness, bringing awareness to your situation. And like I was saying in the beginning, some of you might be like neglecting something, or you're not wanting to see that someone isn't on the same page as you. You now for this new moon have to become more aware in order to be able to even change is not the exact word, because like we have this, you can't change someone, you can only make them aware of the situation and what you are going to do about it, whether that is you're having to leave them, which I know might be harsh to hear about here for some of you, or you know, you're going to be changing your habits, because it depends on the severity per person. If this is a situation you can deal with on the daily, or just like, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to deal with my own thing, my own power, you know, I'm going to do my own thing and boost my own confidence. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. Like, there's some nonchalant people out there, and for some people you may need to literally like leave the situation if it is at all possible to leave the situation, because I know that could be very hard at times too, but you're more aware of it at this point. You know what will be coming, so you're not blindsided later. We have dream, more awareness of your dreams, to bring your dreams into reality, dreaming bigger, dreaming, and also like visioning what it means to be successful in all areas of your life, bigger than just your prosperity, bigger than just what's in your wallet. You know, if you were successful, what would you be doing at this point? And what type of dream job would you like to have as well? And guidance. Some of you might be seeking guidance, whether that's spiritual guidance, professional guidance, especially like relationship guidance. Maybe some of you need to see a relationship because we have rings in here. This could be between a married couple. This could be dealing between just really close relations that you need to really have this conversation. You need needing to seek professional guidance. All right, let me zoom out a little bit before I bring in more oracles. This is a very strong, heavy reading for you, pile number 2. Okay, ego trap. Check yourself. It's judgmental thinking and ego. And someone who has is a complex. Super, oh my god, why is it this word? It's like one of the words on this deck that I can never pronounce. I know what it is. I know what it means. For some reason, I cannot say it. And I'm trying to get the camera so you can read it. That word. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. I can't, my mouth just is not working. But okay, anyways though, let's move on. Ego trap. Checking yourself and not having so much pride or letting the pride of others get in your way either. Ego trap is also like being caught up in someone's ego, caught in your own ego, thinking I don't need help, I don't need guidance, I can do it on my own. I will find success. And it becomes really challenging because it's like a repeat cycle. This is about a cycle we need to break for that new moon energy. You're going to be breaking that cycle. Alien planet. Make yourself at home. Adaptability, change, and originality. And it says all we have is now is right there. And this is about being original to your own thoughts, your own ideas. Like I said, that King of Swords does bring in that energy to yourself, to your higher self. You and your higher self may not be seeing eye to eye either. You may be neglecting your calling. You might be neglecting the road to prosperity for some of you. You've been guided by your higher self to be like, hey, you know what? You can do this. Just surrender your attachment to the results. You know, surrender the idea that you need to be fixed. You know, you have prosperity within you. You know, just trust the process. Let go of your ego and trust us. We're trying to guide you and make you more aware of the situation. Energy field, this law of attraction is literally just talking about that. Get back what you put into the universe. Attraction, manifestation, and momentum. For you, this is about putting out that energy that you want to come back to you, or what you want to just attract to yourself. If you put out good energy, you should get good energy. And this is not about trying to do toxic positivity and ignore. This is where we're trying to bring into this. For some of you, that is shadow work. For some of you, this is just about, you know, not acting childish anymore, and, you know, having to deal with the adulting that you've been putting off, because you haven't been feeling confident. You don't feel like anything you do will change anything. This is about finding your power so that you can make those changes, and understanding that you can't trust in others how they're going to act. You can only do what you can for yourself, and how you will respond to a situation. Very powerful for you, pile number 2 for this reading, about gaining and receiving your power back. The energy you put out, that power you put out, will come back to attract more power to you. All right, so I asked for this oracle. This is a fairy oracle, so I asked, what message from the fairies, what message from the fairy do they have for you? Okay, so let's find out what the fairies have to say. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or a memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. We're just talking. I don't look at any of these cards beforehand, by the way. I just lay these ones out before I click, you know, start recording. So this is just like, wow. Because it was just saying like how some of you may have hidden talents that your guides have been trying to tell you about, and you've been procrastinating. And this could be leading you to so much abundance and prosperity that you have been looking for, whether it's in romance, in love, in self-love, in healing, in in money, in prosperity, in time with rest, you know, all of those sort of things can be here. In luxury, you know, when we're dealing with rings, we're dealing with pentacles and that earth energy. You have hidden depths that your guides have been trying to send to you. Okay. All right. Here is a message from the universe. What does the universe want you to know for this new moon in Aries? Dang, this is fiery. Stay the course. You're moving in the right direction. When you become more aware of what you can handle and what you can change, stay that course. You are moving in the right direction. Listen to your guides when they're trying to send you these messages about your hidden talents. You know what? Yeah, and maybe we should do a YouTube video, especially for you, pile number 2, to bring to light what your hidden talents would be. Okay. We have self-care. Now this self-care you can do the night of the new moon, nights before, nights afterwards. You can choose not to do them. This is just supposed to give you kind of inspiration, something that you can take for yourself, to do for yourself, to give you that moment of self-care, okay, or self-love. Clear your energy field. You can do a smoke cleanse. You can do with crystals. You can do with music. Clear your energy field and abundance planning. When we just talking about this, you need to write it down and find out, what would you do if you're successful? What would your dreams be? What would you say is a successful job? Or what do you want more of? Do you want more free time? Do you want to travel? How much does it cost you for the lifestyle you would want it to be, so you know how much prosperity to bring in, so you can have that sense of self-satisfaction. So for some of you, you want to do some abundance planning, and again, clear your energy. That's really great to do for this new moon, because you'll be starting fresh, and then building momentum as we go to the full moon, before you're going to release the things that no longer serve you. Okay, and I'm going to bring this is your affirmation. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for being here, and we're going to end with your affirmation, words that you need to hear right now. My Twitch, people who are on my Twitch or in my Discord know what card this is. This is a fun game that you can play, and so you can pause at any time. There is a gremlin that looks like this. It won't be in color. It'll most likely be like grayed out, like graded out there, and it could be half hidden. It could be hidden behind words or the images that are on here. It could be in the front or back. So pause the video if you would like to. If you want to try to find the gremlin, I don't know if you can zoom in on your computer or on mobile, however you'll be watching this. But it's a fun game you can choose to partake in. You can drop a comment saying pile 2. Did I found the gremlin? I didn't find the gremlin, or if you need hints to finding the gremlin. Okay. All right, so let us find out, and I'm going to try to hold it clear enough. If my camera decides to work, I will try to hold it steady, and if you're interested, you really like this game, I am using this card for piles 1 and 3 as well, so if you just wanted to watch for the gremlin, I totally understand. Okay, so let me flip it over and try to get the focus working, and hopefully you can find it. Oh, beautiful. And I will read the front and back of it. By kissing my bliss, I electrify my relationship with life. By kissing my bliss, I electrify my relationship with life. I'm trying to make sure I hold that. Again, pause if you need to. And let's get to the back. When you follow your bliss, that thing that truly electrifies you, 4 things automatically happen. You put yourself in the path of good luck. You meet the people you want to know. Doors open where they weren't doors before, and doors open for you that wouldn't open to anybody else. Joseph Campbell. Electrify yourself. Follow those smiles. Wow. Powerful, that fiery energy for that new moon in Aries. All right, so that is your reading. That was your affirmation or words that you needed to know, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure to share this video with a friend if you think they would enjoy it. Like the video so I know you like this new style. Let me know what you think about this style. Drop me a comment if you didn't mind, this style of reading. If you would like more of this style, or if you prefer the different styles that I do in my videos, let me know in the comments below. And subscribe to the channel, please do, so I know you like these style of videos, you like my style of reading. And again, the new moon ritual, group ritual, will be in the description box if you'd like to join in for the candle magic happening, the tarot reading. It is a closed off tarot reading, so you would have to secure your spot, and then you'll get a link to an unlisted YouTube video so that you can see it live. The card will be, I'll be doing a tarot reading for the collective live, or you can go back and watch the video at your own convenience. So I will put more information about that in the description box. Other than that, thank you again for being here. I hope to see you in the Discord if you'd like to join in. And I hope you have an amazing new moon, okay? And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading for this new moon in Aries happening April 1st. April 1st, at least on my time. Okay, so let's start with your reading. We're going to be starting with tarot, and then we'll bring in the oracle later. And oh my gosh, I am so sorry, but I swear this is actually, we can see the good in all of this. So this is coming from a place of independence, with this 9 of Pentacles being present here. Financial success and guidance from the universe. So what is happening to you is for abundance, it's for security and stability. This is coming from a place of wanting your own individual needs being met and being happy about it. Now, it is going to be a tough lesson to learn, as we can see that Lover's card in reverse, the Tower in reverse, and the 3 of Swords. Not the greatest combination that most people would like to see for their reading, but we are going to take it as what it is. So this new moon in Aries is about rejuvenation, and also finding balance and peace in solitude. For you, this is going to be a new phase in your life. With the Lovers being reversed, this can deal with, because we see the pairings here between the 2 people here, and also with the divine. We see 3 here, and we see like the aha moment with 2 people falling down on the tower. So there is a lot of 3s kind of coming into play. Mind, body, and soul needing to destroy to rebuild. Okay, that Lover's card is talking about tough love, needing to learn your lessons from tough love, whether that is dealing with the relationship or a partner that needs to come to an end, and no longer resisting the end to a relationship or a friendship, or for some of you this could just be family members that are just too much in your business and you're needing to cut them out. You're needing to have that peace for yourself, or set boundaries. No longer compromising when it starts to hurt. You're compromising. Are you the only one that's compromising, and that you're giving up and someone is taking? Okay, and this is also about feeling, for some of you, you may have been feeling like the universe has not been there for you, that they have not, haven't done, your spirit guides haven't been there for you, and it's more of this is being done for you. This is a fresh restart that we're going into. You're going to have to start a path of healing, though. This is tough love and being open to that. We've got Gemini energy, and we have Mars energy meeting and colliding, okay? Also more energy with, I believe this is a Libra card. I'm not sure which Libra, if it's like Saturn and Libra, but I'm pretty sure this is a Libra card here. But anyways, but yes, this Lover card is also about trying to also be aligned with your higher self. I think your higher self has also been trying to like set you up for success, or trying to send you a message to give you kind of that independence, and you've been ignoring it. You've just been like, no, I don't want to do this. And it's like, okay, well then we're going to crash and rip everything down around you for this that we have to do to get your attention, with that Tower card being present. But this is also about being very prepared for your fall, okay? Excuse me. This is about how will you land and embrace that power of the Tower, because you're going to be having an aha moment. And do not blame yourself when things start crumbling down with these cards in reverse, especially the Tower in reverse. This is about you not blaming yourself for when it feels like your world is being turned upside down and things are crumbling. Like, what could you have done to prevent this? No, it's about more what you're going to do now. How are you going to be more flexible now? Okay, how are you going to change things in your favor now? Okay, take control where you can take control of it. Take your power back with this Tower card being present. The world is going to throw something out at you, and you're going to have your aha moment of how to fix it. Even if it means you have to deconstruct everything to rebuild into something powerful. It'll be a tough lesson, a challenging lesson that you are going to have to learn. But this is a great time with this new moon energy, especially Aries being a cardinal sign of like, let's initiate this, let's get it started. This will be kind of the boom you need to have. Plus, Mars rules over Aries, and we have that Mars energy here. So this is also because we're going into Aries season, or we're already in Aries season by the time this video is posted. This could be a great season for you to kind of get the momentum going. But yes, it will be tough love. It will be about also seeing to all your needs, of independently having to see to all of your needs, your mind, body, and soul. Not neglecting your heart, not neglecting your mind, okay, or your energy. Making sure you're asking and telling the universe like you want your energy back too. Like you're drawing it back into you. After having like a restless sleep, you're like, my energy is mine. I bring it back to me. Okay, I'm moving everything over. We're going to bring in some oracles to kind of expand upon this. Okay, sorry for the glare. I'm trying my best, but these are very shiny cards, so, you know. So sorry. All right, we're going to start with the surrender cards. What do you need to surrender for this new moon in Aries? Surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. Literally, when those thoughts hit you and you feel like they're tearing you down, this is about you being more aware that you're having negative thoughts, and how can you do to bring in that love to you, and trying to do that. It's sometimes easier said than done. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit. I completely understand that, but you have to become more aware of when you're letting these negative thoughts in, okay? Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And this is so powerful. For some of you, those who are in relationships, no matter how new or fresh they are, there could be a controlling factor, and that's what's going to crumble everything for this relationship. Some of you might be getting hit hard around that new moon because it's a new phase, it's a transformation, and wanting to become independent, or having to realize that being on your own is actually what's best for you, because you cannot control others and their actions. And also back to you, making sure that they're not controlling your actions, that they're not the ones that are giving you those negative thoughts that are kind of always stressing you out, to the point of like, you know what, you're better off single, you're better off on your own. For some of you, like I said, those who are not in a relationship, this is more about whether it's a work relationship, friends relationship. You can't control how other people deal, either what you're seeing with their love life, that, you know, your advice is coming from a good place, but it's not needed or required. This is about you just kind of taking care of your own business, taking care of the things that you love, and your energy with spirit and the divine, okay? Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust universal flow. This is purely relating, we can even see there's a tower in here. It's a bell tower. It's literally mimicking like this card right here. It is surrendering to divine timing. It's simply stating what the tower is here. When things start falling down, embrace it. Embrace that change. It is there. It's meant for you, okay? All right, let's bring in some, pretty moon oracles right here. So it's the first one. We have the planting moon, preparation, being prepared. So when that fall happens, you are prepared as much as you can be. You're seeing your skills, your talents, the love you have, and where else you can put it, if it's into yourself, if it's into your passions and control. Also just preparing overall for that breakage, like you're being more prepared for that new moon phase, that Aries season, if you will, being more prepared for that. Where can you do something where there's not a lot of compromise that comes into play here, right? Where there's not people trying to constantly control the situation. Remember, I was like, if there's compromise going on, how much are other people compromising? How are you actually the only one compromising, and the other people are trying to control and trying to tell you, oh yeah, you know what, I'm doing this and that, but they're actually not? Keep that in mind, especially with that Gemini energy being in reverse, if people are talking behind your back. Okay. Then we have, it is the blue moon. It is in the shadow side of renewal. So do not neglect this period of renewal and preparation. Prepare for that renewal. Prepare for that. Oh my gosh, it's very, very strong for you, especially because we have these two moons here. Okay, so that blue moon, it's interesting too because it looks like there's lightning all around here. It's like, in trying to prepare or trying to allow this renewal to happen will be so good for you. Pile number 3, it's going to be so good. I know the tower is very scary, and the tower can only become very irritating if, let's say you did a tarot reading once a week or anything like that, depending how you believe you get tarot readings. But if you did at least once a week and you constantly keep seeing the tower, totally understand how that becomes infuriating. But once in a while the tower shows up, it's a really great sign that the next phase will become as a healing process. And then we have rebirth. After that renewal comes this rebirth, this change, this form of independence. We have blood moon on the top here. So we have this rebirth, this energy. So we're trying to prepare for it, to allow it to happen. Surrender to divine timing with that. Oh my God, this is very strong. This is a very independent reading for you. Pile number 3. All right, let's bring in a few more. Let's bring in the rest. Rose Valley. Go forth with a soft and open heart. Love, feminine energy, vulnerability. And this is like that softness. This is like actually kind of mimicking a bit of this garden that is here. This is bringing softness to your home, being gentle with yourself, understanding this is tough love. It's not always going to feel great, but it is a moment of vulnerability, allowing also this rebirth to happen. Okay, I'm trying to get everything to fit here. Let me zoom out a little bit more, maybe. That's a little bit better. I might have to put you guys right there. Okay. Oh my God, this word. My God, I don't know why. This is the second time I've gone to a card where I know what this word means. I know what it means. I don't know why. I cannot pronounce it. I do not know why. I'm like sitting here staring at the word. Okay, so anyways, I want to move on with the reading instead of focusing on the fact that for some reason, I don't know why. I know what it means. I've read it before. I know what this word means. I just cannot say it. I don't know. I don't know. Hell. Honor your feelings. Emotional release, deep emotions, and sadness. Okay, and this is still beautiful. This is kind of like, I know that's Earth back there, but for some of you, and I know you can't see anything on like a night of a new moon, but this is still kind of like enjoying the night and just embracing that energy, that soft energy of vulnerability, honoring your emotions. And like, if you need to cry, just cry. Let it out. Some of you need to express your emotions and not let it be bottled up with this. Like, you can't control even like your, not just like other people, but your control for trying to like especially if you're keeping all your negative thoughts to yourself, like you need to be able to address it and to in order to deal with it. Feel your emotions, allow them out. Lotus room, take up space, growth, expansion, and awakening. And this is kind of addressing that renewal and rebirth card we have right here. It's because you're going to be taking up space now. You're going to take up space. You're no longer going to be small. You're not going to be small in the view of somebody else. You're not going to let someone else control you, right? You're going to take control of the situation. And this is your growth pattern. So this new moon is very powerful because once you've released this energy and release it to divine timing, release it to spirit, and you realize you're releasing like from a toxic situation, you're going to take up space. You're going to have the growth and expansion, and for some of you, a spiritual awakening. Okay, so next up here, I have a fairy oracle deck, and I wanted to ask the fairies, what is the message you have for pile number 3? So let us find out what the fairies have to say to you. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindful and healthy. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So about moderation, if this is going to be like in preparation for the next move, this is dealing with food, but this can also be dealing like with energy. Changes, you know, a lot of you might be really fearing this type of big change, and it's going to happen, but if you're fully prepared for it, it's kind of happening in moderation because you're being more aware of the situation unfolding. But also, if you want to have some treats, have some treats. You know, this is just a little message from the fairies. All right, so this is a message I asked from the universe to bring into your. Also, I just kind of see how these two cards are very similar. I'm like, maybe you want to grow something. Maybe you want to do that and you need to do it small. Maybe you're not like a green thumb, or you're just going to get started in gardening. And moderation is key here. Not about like actually eating the food, but growing it. Like you need to prepare for it. I don't know, it's just what I kind of got a vibe here because we have a lot of garden themes going on here too. All right, believe in your power to manifest. Breathe your creation into existence. Believe in your power. This is such a strong card, especially for new moons, because it brings in that power to manifest. Believing in your own skills, your individuality, how you don't need anybody else. Okay, you don't need anybody else in order to manifest. All right, so we're going to get into some self-care cards. You can choose to do both. You could choose to do none. You could do this on the night of the new moon or the night before or afterwards, whenever you have the time. You know, just make aware that you can have time to do some sort of self-care or self-love, all right? Deep breathing and soak in a bath. So a ritual bath may be really great for some of you. Maybe just getting a pedicure, soak your feet, a manicure if you want to soak your hands in there. But if you do, you know, do a soak in a bath or whatever you choose to do, if you decide to do this, you know, add some candles, indulge in like some fancy gels, soap, add crystals around there, have some essence burning in the background. You know, add some flowers if you would like to your bath or to your foot soak. And deep breathing. Taking some time for some deep breathing, especially with these changes happening, you might need to take a few deep breaths in order to really absorb what is going to happen, what's going to take place. And that's going to be how you can better prepare for this situation, okay? All right, so this is where we're ending the reading, is right here with this card here. This is like an affirmation, and I'm holding it like this because I just want to make it aware that this is a fun one because you can play a game with this one. There is a gremlin that looks like this. It will be shaded out, and it could be like halfway covered, peeping through letters, peeping through the imageries. It could be in the front or the back of the card. This is a fun game that I know people who run my Twitch streams or my Discord like to play. I'll occasionally post a picture of this in my Discord, and people can zoom in and out to try to find the gremlin that is hidden. So while I'm reading this, I'm hoping my camera will work, and you can pause the video anytime and see if you would like to find the gremlin. And you can put in the comment section, pile 3, I found it, or I didn't, you know, anything like that. Or if you need a hint, you know, try not to leave spoilers in there. If anyone else would like to participate or try to find the gremlin. And if you like more of that type of content, you can find that in my Discord, okay? So let me get to you, pile number 3. This is your affirmation, or words you need to hear right now. I keep my intentions and intentions in alignment, and nothing can stop me from world domination. Nice. If you intend on creating the life you love, but you only focus your attention on Muscle Beach Speedo competitions or celebrity news feeds, your intention is powerless. If your attention is disciplined, but you have no intention for your vision, your mission is aimless. If you breed your attention with your intention, your visions will come to life. Pay attention to your intentions, and the world shall be yours. Please don't use your new powers for manifesting Speedo competitions. There you are. Very strong words, very great again with that, you know, your attentions and intentions, bringing them into alignment for this new moon so that you can, you know, do some world domination. All right, and you're doing that on your own because you're strong enough to take that on yourself. Okay. All right, this was your reading pile number 3. Let me know if you resonate with this, what you thought of this style of video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Please drop me a comment. I would love to read them. Again, the new moon ritual, group ritual service that I'm hosting of candle magic, of a tarot reading, of all that good stuff will be listed in the description box below and the link to take you to the shop page if it is open at that point. Otherwise, I will update you in a different video about that. Thank you again for being here and for, you know, making sure to like this video, share it with a friend if you think they would enjoy it, and subscribing to the channel. It really does help. I truly appreciate it, and dropping those comments, I do. And, you know, I hope you have a wonderful new moon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.